what's good? It's your MC Shan on the line right now with my man Maloney right here on Breaking Records Radio. Y'all already know what it is. One time for your mind, two time for your soul. You're only gonna get the real from your boy MC Shan.
What's up? This is Derek.
Jamie Madrock.
Man, this your man's Obi Trice.
This is Ad-Lib.
Yo, what up? This is Spesh-One.
This is Spesh K.
Hot Rocks, the motherfucking Skot MC.
Breaking
Records.
Breaking Records Radio out here.
This is Breaking Records Radio.
Check them out, man.
Breaking Records Radio and the place to be. It's your man Maloney. And we got a very special guest on the phone with us right now, the legendary MC Shan.
What's happening?
How's it going, man?
I'm good. I'm good. Chilling like a villain.
Hey, man, that's what I like to hear. It's been a long time in the making doing this interview. I'm glad to finally have you.
Right. I'm glad I finally make it.
Yeah, I know how it is, man. Life gets crazy. So,
what do we have on the agenda for today?
Well, I mean, with a legend like yourself, there's tons and tons of things we could go through, but one thing I would like to start with, being that we're a Toronto-based program, is you discovered Snow.
Yeah.
And how did...
he was already made. I just ran into him.
Oh, okay, word. So you ran into him after like the Sunday morning joint, then?
What Sunday morning?
I can't remember. It's something Sunday morning. It's the kind of like the original.
Lonely Monday morning.
Yeah, Lonely Monday morning. Yeah, my bad. Yeah.
No, I ran into him before that.
Oh, say word. Okay.
Yeah, before he did any of that. I was there when he did Lonely Monday morning.
Say word, eh? Did you produce that joint too?
Huh?
Did you produce that joint too?
No, Clark Kent produced the remix of that.
Oh. Lonely Monday morning. Yeah, that shit's crazy. Cause it's kind of like it's almost like some of the lyrics are kind of like the Informer joint a little bit. So I was curious if maybe that was like an earlier version you guys had done, or if he had done that before he linked with you, or kind of.
No, that was just a remix thing that he did. Lonely Monday morning.
Okay, word.
And found my dead body on the scene. It was like a continuation to that story.
Yeah. Oh, so that came after Informer then, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Where did you how did you meet Snow?
I met him. His DJ Marlon Prince told me about him.
Oh, word.
Marlon said, I got a white guy to do reggae. Shut up and get out my face. Yeah. 2 weeks later, Snow was in town, and I was like, whoa, you're right.
That's crazy, man. Yeah, because Snow, here in Canada, I mean, he's gone on to be a legendary artist, and I just found it, because I always knew Informer, and then as I got a little bit older, and I went back and listened to it, I'm like, holy shit, that's Shan on the joint. And then when you go back and do your research and shit, you're like, damn, Shan produced that. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is crazy, coming from a hip-hopper.
Yeah, man.
From New York to produce somebody from Toronto.
A white reggae kid from Toronto. Yeah, it's huge. And then for how big of a record it was too, man. It was like, did you see the star potential in him? Like when you first clicked with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, you knew it was going to be big.
Everybody seen when they heard that Informer thing. It's like you never heard anything like this ever. It's like something about that right there. And I mean, it was a great record then. It's a great record now. Being that, Daddy Yankee picked it up and then went another few 100 million miles.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you about that too. That's crazy.
Now the remix is going to have Katy Perry on it.
Say word.
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. How does it feel?
I got people Instagram me saying, you think Snow will be mad if they do? No, I don't think so.
Nah.
He has no reason to be mad if they put Katy Perry on it. It just goes a million miles further.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Could you ever imagine when you were making that record back then, too, that it would be you know what I mean? Still here, 20, 25 years later, and still people picking it up, and that's all publishing to you, too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, did you ever imagine, though, that song would have such long feet that it would...
We never knew that it was going to have the first beat that it had. We knew it was something.
Yeah.
But we didn't know that it was going to be as big as it did become. You know? It was, yeah, it's a good song. But it went worldwide. Like, it's good to everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, what year was it that you guys did that joint again? Was that 90?
I mean, they're like 92.
That was 92.
Something like that.
Okay. So you guys did the
When
P
it
Now.
dropped, it was around 92, but around 91 we did it because remember, he served time in jail. He's seen the video for the first time in a cell block.
Oh, say word.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
You haven't been watching E on Canada TV station? You're all from Canada.
No, you know what? I don't actually. For the last probably like 8 years, I probably even haven't even had TV. I just do. You know, you got Netflix, you got YouTube. I don't see no point in paying cable.
All right, I hear you.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Yeah. You know, that's the beauty of the internet, right?
All right, I got Fire Stick and Roku. I already know the difference. I only watch documentaries, so I don't really care.
Yeah, right. And so to move on from that too, well, so I guess you guys would have done the P Now reunion joint after like Informer and everything blew up then.
Yeah, and it was just me having a bunch of hip hoppers and stuff, my people on a song of mine.
Yeah. And is there any reason why, like, from in between then up until like the Bridge 2001, why you took a hiatus? Like, were you just focusing on producing and that kind of stuff, or you get sick of the industry?
I was out having fun with Snow.
Yeah, word.
Forget about hip hop. Because hip hop is a dirty game. Just like I'm saying, hip hop is a dirty game now. I mean, it's like I don't want anything to do with it. The business of hip hop. You know, it's like there's nothing in it. There's no money in it. It's just useless. You know, it's for me to try and even do anything is like, come on.
Word.
Everybody's into muscle and they think that the game is a game for young men. If that's what y'all want, have it. Have at it. Chaps. Have at it. I don't really care. I mean, this is why I stepped away first time.
Yeah.
Now here we go again, years and years later, and I'm saying the same thing.
Yeah. Yeah, because you did.
Hip hop hasn't paid me yet. It's like everybody in hip hop is like, you got to do business with Jews and Irish people and Puerto Ricans in order to get your money.
Yeah.
I'm not being prejudiced, but I'm just saying you can't deal with black folks.
Yeah, word, right? And it's
Can't deal with them with business just like that. Can't do that.
well, yeah, and everything's so corporate now too. So it's like, you know, a lot of the feeling, I would agree, is not there. Like there's not a whole lot of new hip hop I'm into. It's not that I don't hate on the newcomers, you know what I mean? I let them do their thing, but it's just not something that necessarily, you know, like I'd rather throw on.
Right, it doesn't pique my interest. I'm not. Their intellect is way below my intellect. So
Yeah.
anything that they're saying is really not capturing me. It's just not.
Yeah. And you were and up until have you put out the album that never was yet?
No, I haven't put that out yet.
Okay, because I know originally you had a January release date, but I couldn't find it anywhere.
Yeah, but sometimes things happen and you just move things around.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
You know?
Most definitely. When can we expect the new album to come out?
Maybe June, July, who knows? I mean, it's already finished. It's not even the point of that.
Yeah.
It's just me putting out and promoting.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know that streams, I'm from a dinosaur age, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes dinosaurs don't keep with the natural program of evolution. And they think that you have to buy their records in order, you know, so people won't play your music. They think, oh, I gotta go buy it. I'm not gonna stream it on YouTube.
Yeah.
When that's the new revenue for us, you know? So if I put out an album, go stream it on YouTube. It's free. Stream it. That's how I get my money nowadays.
Yeah.
If you're a supporter of what I do.
And for the new album, are you gonna be handling a lot of the production, or do you have you got some up and comers you're helping?
Already done. Like I said, this is an album that would never happen. All all already done already. Been done years ago.
Okay, word. Okay.
See, but these are all tracks during the years that people think, oh, Shan fell off, Shan didn't do this. Like I just told you, I just stepped away from hip-hop. It didn't mean that I didn't keep making music.
Yeah.
It's just that I stepped away from doing it the way that I was. Because I didn't have to. You know what I'm saying? The money I was seeing off Informer was money that I've never seen in my life off of hip-hop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, do I want to go back over there to this? Do I want to continue playing in this sandbox?
Yeah.
I like this sandbox over here. You know?
Yeah, and I can't blame you either, because I mean, if the music doesn't have the feeling that it had, for one, that's already that's a demotivating factor. And then if you see something on the other side,
I'm dealing with a genre of music that's the only music that pits their own against their own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I need your top 5. Well, why can't everybody have their own lane?
Yeah.
You don't see country music saying, who's better, Garth Brooks or this guy? I don't even know names anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You don't see them saying that. You don't see them disrespecting their artists, Barbara Streisand and things like. You don't see this. Hip hop is the only degenerative, down-degrading thing that you pin each other against. I mean, come on, I'm just tired, yo.
Yeah.
It's tiring. You can speak it and you lead a horse to water and tell them that the water's poison and you shouldn't drink it, and they're going to do it anyway. So I don't have nothing to do with it. Life is too short.
Yeah. Yeah, and then once you see, some of that Informer money too, I can't blame you. It's like, do I go back to this and deal with all the headache, or it's like, nah.
Huh?
I was like, I don't blame you too, because after seeing some Informer money and stuff, with the game the way that it is, it's easy to look back and be like, do I want to deal with that bullshit again?
Right, it's like, well, I'm not going to put out my blood, sweat, and tears for an industry that don't give two craps about me.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah, I can't say I blame you either, yeah. And
it's not the fans. It's not the fans. The fans that go out for you, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's just the business of hip-hop. Even as far as booking shows, it's like they want to give you the lowest number possible. It's like, come on, you're supposed to go home to your family and tell them, I spent a week out of town and come back with this much money. Get the fuck out of here.
yeah. And that's another thing,
You know what I'm
actually.
saying? You got old school artists out here on shows right now only because they got to pay their bills every month.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, what is going on here? Something is afoot, and I just don't want to be involved. I don't want to go do no shows. I don't want to do nothing. A promoter wants to book me in a big arena and give me this much money, and he's making that much money. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. I'm done.
Yeah. And that's another thing I'm curious of too, because one thing I've noticed, even in the last 5-6 years with the climate of social media, is like promoters for shows, they've become very lazy. Like, have you seen that with how long you've been in the game? Like, how do you see that promoters nowadays aren't doing their jobs?
The promoters tell you, here, put this on your Instagram. And I'm like, fuck you. I look like a promoter, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Put this on your Instagram. Post this. You ain't paying me to post. You paying me to sing. You ain't paying me to promote your party too. So you promote your own stuff. I'm not doing it.
Yeah, and that's it. It's a huge thing, like, 'cause especially up here in Toronto with the dudes. You got promoters who book artists from the States and stuff, and it's very, very similar. Like, everything's just become kind of a money grab, and there's no passion behind the shows anymore. And the promoters, they're not really promoting. You know what I mean? It's like exactly what you said. They're getting the artists to promote, and then they're like, nobody goes up and puts up flyers no more.
Their fan base shows up.
Yeah. And it's like, it's a really weird, like, just really weird. And that's because the reason I asked is because you said, like, the promoters trying to lowball and stuff. And personally, I see that happen up here because it's like the promoters aren't doing their jobs. So instead of putting on a good show, you know, paying the artists and stuff what they deserve and promoting it and doing a good show. They're trying to run like 3 shows a month, get a big name artist each time, and just like, you know, but as far as actually promoting, they're not doing their job.
Quick.
Pardon?
Stack the bread real quick.
Yeah.
Just put that money to the side. Let me get that show. Let me get that show. Let me get that show.
And instead of actually like putting the effort in to make sure all the MC Shan's fans there, or all the Naughty by Nature fans that live in Toronto are there, they're like doing the very minimal just to fill some small club, and it's like it looks bad on all angles of everything. The artist comes, they're not happy with it. The fans that do come, you know, the shows ran half-assed. There's 20 openers on it. It's just like, but I can definitely feel what you're saying with all that. Definitely. And another thing I was curious about though is because you were one of the first ghostwriters in hip hop, right?
Yeah.
Was there any like from after that stage though, like when you were ghostwriting for people in the late 80s and the early 90s, like when you took your hiatus, were there any other artists who were coming, like were you ghostwriting in the industry still at all, or did you just like straight up turn your back on the game?
I was just in my studio. I built a full studio. You know, I was in the studio just watching the lights blink at night. I would turn on a nice track. They got 48 tracks on it and watch all the LEDs go off in the studio and smoke weed.
Yeah.
That's what I would do. You know what I'm saying? Turn on something really good and just watch the lights. Turn out the lights and just watch all the lights going and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And just making music, but I wasn't putting it out there like that.
Yeah. But you weren't.
It was like this. After I ran into an artist like Snow, you can't follow that. You cannot follow that. So every artist coming my way was like, nah.
Yeah.
You're all right, but you're not. What's different about you that makes you different from this guy? You're sounding like this guy. This is when the trend of people starting to try to sound like somebody started. It's like, you sound like so-and-so. Well, I want to put you out. You know, because I sound like so-and-so. Think that if you sound like so-and-so, that you're going to collect their fan base. No, you're going to sound like a carbon copy of so-and-so.
Yeah.
So that's really was one of my things of why you ain't hear me producing or putting out any artists afterwards. Because it's like, those rare artists are one in between. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel you on that, man. And it's hard. It's like it's almost better off. It's like Andre 3000. You know what I mean? It's better off to leave a legacy where it's at than to just keep go back and beating the horse just for money.
Right. Like, come on, I can't even describe it. It's like just coming from this to that. It's just 2 different worlds. It's like in one shot, I sold more records than the entire Juice Crew put together with this one record Informer. I mean, you could put all of Shantae's records together, Business records, Kane, mine, all of our records, Master Ace, Granddaddy IU, Craig Cheese, put them all together. I made more money messing with one record than all of that combined, period.
Yeah, that's crazy when you think about that, eh?
Right, and so I'm looking at it, why do I even want to bother with that over there? I've been living off of Informer since 1992 to 2019.
Woo!
And now here you go, in 2019, they done re-picked this song up. It's 630-something million views on YouTube already.
Holy
you know what
shit.
I'm saying? Platinum in certain countries already. Number 1 over the, just like a reincarnation. And it's like, do I really want to put out this album that I'm trying to put out? Do I want to?
Yeah, right?
I'll do it for my own sake, not for the money's sake, or not, just for my own sake to say, hey, this is music that y'all missed out on, blam.
Yeah.
But it's not like I'm looking to, all of that ceased to exist a minute ago. As soon as I turned on the TV and I seen Karma and them numbers went up, I said, yes, that's not going to happen right now.
That's hilarious. So we can blame the Daddy Yankee joint for the reason your album's pushed back, basically.
Right. You can basically blame that.
That's awesome. That's hilarious, man. And actually, just while we're still on the topic of Informer too, what did you think of when In Living Color Jim Carrey did the Imposter impression?
That right there was funny. I was getting off the plane, and my cousin called me, and he said, "Yo, they just did you on Living Color, you and Snow." I was like, "Yeah, all right." But then I seen it, it was like, "Oh, wow, that's crazy."
That's just hilarious
That's
too.
crazy. Yeah.
And Jim Carrey's a Canadian too, as well, if I'm not mistaken. Well, yeah.
He used it. Jim and Andy, he did a movie, Jim and Andy.
Yeah.
When he was Andy Kaufman and something like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
He put Informer in that movie.
Oh shit, did he?
Yeah, he put Informer right at the end of that movie. He put it right in the end, so he made sure that Snow got a check for that too.
Oh man,
And
that's
I got a
crazy.
check for that too, putting it in that movie.
That's crazy. I didn't even. I seen that movie about a year ago, but I didn't even. I might not have watched the credits.
It's in the end.
Oh,
It's in
okay.
the end.
That's dope. That's
And
dope.
if you weren't looking for it like I was, it would just probably slip past you. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? I looked at it specifically looking for that.
Yeah, because you already knew that
know?
they used it at that point, right? So you're just waiting to see
All
where
right.
it is. That's dope. And did you?
Waiting to hear,
And did they have to cut you a check when they did the Imposter too, or is it because of parody they don't have to, or?
well, there's some way that it paid through
Yeah.
ASCAP, or how it was a check involved because television gets collected by ASCAP, and however they paid, they gave us something for it,
Yeah.
But television and movies is like a one-shot deal. Like, it's not like with records. Records, they're gonna pay you forever. Like the Informer's paying us now.
Yeah.
It's like, but a movie is like a one runoff. Once the movie is over and it's done, those checks start trickling.
Okay.
While the movie is out and it's in the theaters and everybody's watching and it's being played on the internet, and on Netflix and all that,
Yeah.
the check is generated good. But then there's a drop-off point. You know what I'm saying? There's
Yeah.
a drop-off point when nobody's watching that movie anymore. Nobody's doing that. But with music, people are always rehashing and re-coming back to a song.
Yeah.
And now that it's the internet, how long do you think these songs, Informer is still getting played on the internet?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
It's like, music is just the gift that keeps giving.
Yeah, man. And it's like, and clearly it's dope because you clearly had your business correct by 91 because you're still getting paid off Informer and stuff, and you're doing everything on your own at that point. So like, was that the major reason why you had to leave Marley? Because I heard you in numerous interviews, but saying, why you didn't do Symphony is because you weren't getting paid for the records at that time. So you're like, why am I gonna go do a joint? Y'all do that. So
Why am I going to go do Symphony? And see, this is what I'm saying. Hip-hop, they'll do shit to you, and you won't get paid. And it'll be one of the greatest records ever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Marley's getting the money on Symphony, and the artists on there, since it's like 8-9 artists, how much you think they're splitting down on the writers? You know what I'm saying? When most of the big money, where I've gotten the confrontations with Marley about is because I wanted to produce. I wanted to get some of that money that he was getting.
yeah.
I can make my own records. I know how to work these machines. I've been around you long enough. I wanted the publishing checks and I wanted the producers because the artist is the prostitute.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The artist is the one out on the street, on the corner, doing all the tricking, but then when the money comes, you got to pay this pimp, that pimp, that pimp, that pimp, and now you left with what you left with. They give you what the hell they want you to have.
Yeah.
But everybody else got big checks. So artists in the game is just the prostitutes.
Yeah, and so that ultimately that's kind of what made you just be like, I might as well just go behind the scenes.
All right. And see, this is one thing people don't know about. A lot of times people behind the scenes are getting money and you don't even know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
They're the ones getting the real money.
People don't see me on Karma just because they don't. Now, on this remix, you may not see Snow. on the remix Con Karma, but you think he's gonna care?
Yeah.
So what? The money comes right back around into his pocket.
Exactly.
The money comes back around into my pocket. So people could always say to me, Shan, your hip-hop career, where they think, oh, Chris took you out. If you look at my timeline, I quit right around the time when it was supposed to go down with me and him. I quit.
Yeah.
I stopped doing hip-hop. So it wasn't a thing of Chris taking me out. It was because I got money that Chris ain't never seen. So he has to keep doing this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And he has been doing this for all of these years. You know what I'm saying? Because if you stop doing this, there is no money in it for us like that. You know what I'm saying?
Word.
There is no... we're still trying to feed our kids. Well, I know a lot of artists are feeding their horses. They got kids, horses, and all that. They feeding their horses. We can't even feed our kids in hip hop. They don't want to keep dealing with that bullshit. Hell no. Hell no.
Yeah. And you know what? And look what came from it.
And that was an evil laugh that I just gave you. Hell no.
Well, and actually, too, because I think I already know the answer just from, you know, how I can see that you feel about the industry and stuff. But from a hip-hop, you know, fan perspective, I got to ask. Because, you know, Marley's gone and worked with every artist, basically, that you ever had an issue with when you and him were together. And so I'm curious.
That was another issue I had with him.
Yeah.
You know your stuff.
Yeah.
I can't say that. You
Yep.
know your stuff.
I'm a big hip hop head, but especially Juice Crew. You know, I'm actually interviewing Master Ace next week when I'm in New York, and I interviewed Kool Rap a few months ago. So yeah, man. You know, I'm a huge fan. I'm very well. What's the word I'm looking for? Either way, I know. Yeah, exactly. Researched in the whole Juice Crew history and everything, 100%. But so I'm just curious. Would you ever consider doing an album with Chris? You know, the same way Marley did albums with Chris, or the same way Marley went and did albums with like LL. Like, would you ever consider putting the gloves down and just doing like something for hip hop?
The gloves is down
Yeah.
with us. But I ain't trying to do no record.
Nah.
Should have caught me before January.
Why? What went down in January?
Con Karma came out.
Oh, word.
You should have caught me before January. I had a whole different idea and a whole different outlook, but now that she done caught me after January, you got to see me on the flip side.
Yeah.
I'm not interested in doing that.
Word.
I mean, for the fans, it would be a nice thing, but you know what I'm saying? It's like, I still gotta eat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it'd be nice for the fan, but if I'm doing it for nothing, you know, just for posterity's sake, hey, I gotta eat. Sorry.
Yeah. No doubt, no
Who's gonna
doubt.
make more? Look, and then there's gonna be a thing of who's gonna make money on this? Who's gonna make more? Me or you? Who's gonna get more points and whatever? That's just not gonna go down too well.
Yeah.
Everybody's gonna think that they're worth more than the next guy. Or we get Marley to produce it, he's gonna want to take all the money. You know what I'm saying? Come on, it's just a fuck situation. That ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
But you can admit though it would be dope for the just you know, hip hop history in itself.
I just said that.
Yeah,
it
yeah.
would be dope for the hip hop community, but would it be right for me?
No, most definitely.
Would the business end be right for me?
Yeah.
You know? Let's look at my situation. I love the hip hop fans, like I say.
Yeah.
But if you're a good hip hop fan and you know what I'm saying, would you want me to do something that's gonna keep me starving?
Yeah. Definitely not.
You know what I'm saying? You want to see Shan, he's skinny enough already. You gotta have boy eat something.
Well, that's actually now that you say that, that's actually something that I'm kind of curious about too. Is that, do you think that hip hop fans are the most selfish fans of any genre?
I don't say they're the most selfish. I just say that they're the most misinformed.
Okay, that's interesting.
They're the most misinformed.
Yeah.
Because of the things that, you know, the media is going to portray the bad things about hip hop.
Yeah.
They ain't going to say the good things that happen. Like that guy, Nipsey. That just happened with Nipsey.
Yeah.
You didn't know all of the good things that this brother was doing in the community and what he was doing to help other people. You didn't know this until his passing.
Yeah.
Then all of this comes out. Oh, it's like hip-hop gets the baddest rap ever, even when there's something positive being done by somebody. It's never put to the forefront. So the only images you have of hip-hop are the negative ones.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Beats,
true.
The battles, it is. And guess who's making the money? The flags and stuff like that by taking and using your misfortune for their gain.
Yeah.
It's like everything about hip-hop is always portrayed as negative, and the media's pick up on it quick.
Yeah.
They sell media, they sell clicks, they sell, they're making money.
So after
Even 6 months after the artists make up and start doing a song together, y'all are still talking about they were beefing.
Yeah.
Just to keep it going.
Yeah, no doubt. And you just said Vlad, right?
Yeah.
So would it be fair to say that
And I'm saying that from my personal experience because I had put something on the internet
Yeah.
when I said fuck hip hop. But I explained why, and I explained it in a way that would make it understandable.
Yeah.
But instead, he puts on his website a big MC Shan says fuck hip hop to try and start controversial.
Oh
Like, yo,
shit.
but that's stupid. Hello, how are you? Yeah, and I'm like, you stupid motherfucker, so I curse Vlad out on the internet. I don't care.
Oh shit.
I'm not trying to make no songs and no records no more like that. And you know what I'm saying? I worry about Vlad putting me on his site. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So would it be fair to say there probably won't be another MC Shan Vlad interview then?
Vlad ain't do it, his staff did it. You know what I'm saying? But that's what his staff is paid for. His staff is paid to do stupid shit like that.
Yeah.
But you the master, so motherfucker, you get blamed for this shit.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
take the blame. Since you want to be the leader,
Yeah.
you got to be responsible for what your crew does.
Yeah, and actually, and we're talking about Nipsey too. Like, how old were you when you decided to move out of Queens?
I was like 20-something years old.
Yeah. So, do you think it's important that once you start
When
to?
I decided to move out of Queensbridge is what I should say.
Yeah. And like, do you think it's important to, once you start to gain a certain level of success, like, because you see what happened with Nipsey, like, even if you want to help the hood, do you think?
It's imperative that you get the hell out.
Yeah.
It's imperative. Trying to stay true to the streets only gonna get you truly shot and murdered.
Word.
That's it. Trying to be something to your hood, take your money and get the fuck on.
Yeah.
But they ain't trying to help you out. There's gonna be always somebody looking over your shoulder trying to take what you got, doing something to undermine your success. Take the money and get the hell on.
Yeah.
Let them look at you as an example to know that they can do it. I'm not going to put my life on the line just to show you no more that this is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But me, regardless of all the money I had, you always found me in the hood. Didn't matter. I always had one foot in and one foot out the street. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Always had one foot in and one foot out. So that's like much money as I had, you still see me in the hood. I ain't trying to say, I'm just saying, yo, this could happen for you too, but I'm not going to sit here and, worry about trying to, know what in my age, when I was coming up, you know what they thought of doing, you doing something for your hood was taking and going buying the local drug dealer a key of coke and let them put it into the street.
Say
Which I
word.
was not doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which I was not doing. So that was me giving back to my community by giving a fucking drug dealer a kilo of coke to fucking flood the fucking streets with. I'm not doing it and didn't do it. Call me whatever the fuck y'all want, but y'all wasn't going to extort me for my money. You wasn't going to do anything of the such.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I also wasn't one of these cats out here starting trouble with people. When you say certain things and you portray yourself as a certain type of person, you're going to run into people that are really like that, and they're going to test your weak. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm I'm not a motherfucker that's running around saying how gangster I am, and I won't let you mess with me now, but I'm nobody's gangster.
Yeah.
And I'm not out here daring every gangster to come take my chain and come rob me like these cats do. Like, I'm not, like, you know, like they're invincible. You living in two worlds, okay? One world is a fantasy. All that gangster stuff you're saying on your rap music is just a fantasy. Because if you was really living that life, you wouldn't be talking about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So what you're doing is you're taking the life of another, putting it on record, telling where the stash boxes is. You done seen a stash box in some drug dealer car. Now you talking about it. Now the drug dealer gets pulled over, and because you done told about it, you done blew up everything. See, these are the gangsters that's on the records. They ain't the real ones because you don't tell what you're doing.
No, and
you know what I'm saying?
And the common trend
so you can tell that they're not gangsters that's actually doing this music.
Yeah. Well, and then now, yeah, you got it escalate to another level, right? Because now the kids are, these young guys are trying to stunt for the gram and show that they are about that shit, and they're literally just, they're snitching on themselves worse than they were in the music.
Right, and I have to always scream on my son about this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I be telling him he thinks that getting on the gram showing money is some shit. And I have to look at him and I'm like, my nigga, who are you? Where did you come from? Because I look at my son and I be like, yo, you know what? You look like a freaking bum. You look like a bum. Because anybody with some real money and you showing that money like you got money, you's a bum.
Yeah.
And I have to tell him this, you know what I'm saying, straight out. And if I'm looking at you like this, there's 1,000 other people looking at you just the same. No, let's say there's 500 people looking at you just the same. Now, the other 500 is looking at you like, yo, he always showing his money. He must always keep a pocket full.
Yeah.
So they're going to try and rob you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And you're giving them a roadmap to where you're at. Because before you go to the next spot, yo, we all going over here. Before you hit the next spot, we going over here. Now you're leaving a roadmap, and before you get to where you going, the stick-up kids is going to meet you there with your pocket full of money that you flashing and going to relieve you of your money.
Yeah.
And be hopefully that they don't relieve you of your life, too.
Yeah, man. It's been happening a lot lately. Like, even, like, I'm pretty sure, isn't that what that XXX kid, his untimely passing was over? Like, someone came and seen him stopped at the street because they knew where he was heading or something. I'm pretty sure it was something like that.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just like that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy, man. But, you know, the people, I guess it's different in an era. When you grow up with a phone in front of you, you don't realize how powerful and, you know what I mean? Like, people like us who grew up without the cell phones in everybody's faces and shit, like, you know what it's like that. Like when you were growing up, you had to go knock on your friend's door to kick it with them. You know what I mean?
And if you wasn't home to get the phone call, you'd have found you listened to your answer machine and found that somebody called you.
Yeah.
But nowadays, unless you not answer a text message from your girlfriend, she hits the fucking ceiling. I have to remind mine all day that, listen, I'm not from this phone era.
Yeah.
I don't like this phone. I be talking, and my phone will just all of a sudden go, blink, blink. I didn't hear that.
Yeah.
I wasn't talking to you. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. It got to the point where I speak text messages in my phone, and I see a message after I sent it says, your voice text has been sent to Google. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I have to go to Google now and stop my phone from fucking sending my shit to Google. Because guess what? I got an Android, and guess who owns Android? Google. And then you take it and just accepting all the terms of services that every app that you put on your phone and listening to you. I don't mess with this phone crap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm really a conspiracy theorist at heart.
So, yeah, well, I am as well, too, actually. The phone era is scary, man. Like, you ever read 1984 by George Orwell?
No.
No, but I'm sure you're familiar with the story, like Big Brother's watching.
I've seen the movie, though.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that.
Yeah, and Big Brother's watching and all that shit. But it's like, that's literally the era we're living in now. It's just the difference is we pay for them to spy on us, opposed from it being
We're
forced.
living in the Minority Report.
Yeah, for real.
Pre-crime.
Yeah.
There's pre-crime now. Because of the people you hang with. You'll never find that in Canada. But in America, they do that.
They got
Just because
pre-crime?
of the people, let's say, they'll say, they'll connect you to a person because you hung with him, or you got arrested with him when he done this crime, so they're going to put you in pre-crime, and they're going to say, well, you've got capability because you was with this murder over here, that you're capable of committing murder.
What?
You learned your lesson from hanging with this person. Yes, there's a documentary out called Pre-Crime. We'll tell you this. We're living in the minority before, right here.
That's fucking crazy.
They will judge you and put you in a certain category. And you know, it's pre-crime. It's like they're predicting that this is going to be you.
Yeah, so because you've hung out with this guy and you've committed these crimes, we feel that you might commit a future crime.
All right. Now, what if you're one of these guys that didn't do the crime and you just connected yourself to this guy on Instagram? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And sometimes I think these things are crazy because, then you'll get one person saying, the 10-year challenge. 10-year challenge. That's because we don't got an updated fucking picture of your ass in our database. Let's see who can give us one.
Yeah.
Hold one second.
All right.
Yeah, that was Juice Crew Glamorous calling me. They asking me why I ain't doing a Juice Crew show.
Oh, shit.
That's another story. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm doing Juice Crew shows. We got a Juice Crew reunion tour, right?
Yeah.
How come is it Shan is the only one doing one song? Everybody else gets to do 5 and 6 or whatever, you know. They get to do what they do. But whoever's in charge of this Juice Crew shit now, mentioning no names, feels that my fans are not as important as their fans. That my fans only deserve to hear the bridge. That's all they know of yours.
Say word.
Not knowing, not understanding that it was my songs that held the Juice Crew up before you niggas got down. Okay? So don't act like all of a sudden you came along and you took it to a new. No, I held this spot while you was doing what you was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So don't come tell me what my fans deserve to hear. And so that's why you won't hear me doing any more Juice Crew shows. And I'm not down with that Juice Crew thing anymore. Unless the promoter contacts me directly in order for me to do a show along with the Juice Crew. The person in charge cannot book me anymore. Cannot say how much I make. Cannot say how much time I have on stage. Cannot say anything. I'm a grown-ass man. You can't pimp me. So, since you can't pimp me, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't pimp me, and I'm not doing it. Whatever y'all got going, too bad. It ain't my problem. You want to sell the Juice Crew as a whole fucking show, and you get all the money, and you decide who makes what, and this nigga could get $2, and that one gets $1. That's fine. If everybody else wants you to be their pimp, you can pimp them all day. But I'm not being pimped. You know what I'm saying? I ain't being pimped. So that's why I ain't no Juice Crew with Shan on now. Everybody asking me, well, why you ain't doing the shows at Symphony Hall? I just told you. I'm not going to be pimped by one entity. And I don't believe your pimpism. I don't believe it.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. So, as Juice Crew as a collective, do you guys have, a single manager then who oversees everything? Or,
No, we don't have a single manager. We got somebody who think they motherfucking running shit because they bought the name that they bought the artist. Just because you bought the name don't mean you own me too, motherfucker.
Oh, shit, okay. So then this person that owns it tries to arrange everything and then basically tries to tell... Okay.
Right.
That's crazy.
But I don't work for you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And when somebody gives you a W-2, you work for them.
Yeah, because he only...
I could file my own taxes. I don't need you to fucking give me the money and file my shit. I can get the money from the promoter myself.
Yeah.
Sing as many songs as I want and do what I want without even having to be involved with y'all's bullshit. Y'all do y'all.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. So this person, I guess just, they must own the name, right? Because the Juice Crew doesn't have, there's no stable list of, artists that are and aren't Juice Crew, right? It's like...
Yeah, it is.
Well, there is, but you know what I mean? It's
the ones that you know is the Juice Crew.
Yeah.
And you picked through and you figure out what I'm talking about and who I'm talking about. We're going to play the guessing game right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all sit back after this interview and play, and then you sit back and think about who I'm talking about. Shit.
Yeah.
I ain't got no problem saying names, but right now I feel like playing the guessing game. Guess why I ain't doing shows with the Juice Crew? And who's got the right answer?
Yeah, no, well, yeah, shit. Now I'm curious who does own the name to it.
All right, but see, now here goes the thing. What the Juice Crew didn't understand is that all these years, y'all haven't seen me out on the road. You haven't seen me begging anybody for anything. You haven't seen me working at a regular old job. Not that anything is wrong with having a job. But, I mean, you got to figure this. Like, yo, Shan ain't been doing shows. He ain't been doing this. Where's he getting his money from? Let's take him on these shows. He must be starving. Let's give him this.
Yeah.
I went on the first couple of Juice Crew shows for the simple fact, I need to get out the house. I'm in the house all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I need to get out the house. And what better way to get out the house is to go out the house, have somebody else pay for your plane ticket, and pay you while you were there. And you come home with some money. That's the best way I've ever seen to do it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I went and did the Juice Crew in England and wherever the heck we went overseas. That's me to get out the house. Not because I needed the money, but because I did those so easy and I haven't complained. I guess they thought that, well, he's not going to say nothing. And we're going to continue to jerk him and let him do one song. Yeah, all right, whatever. Now y'all go ahead and y'all gotta defend, say it's the Juice Crew without Shan. I am one of the founding members. So, you go ahead and do it.
Yeah.
Even though you own the name, you won't be having an authentic Juice Crew show.
Yeah. Well, because that's the thing. They own the name, but they don't own the artist, right? That's what I meant by saying there's no, like, stable lineup of the Juice Crew, because it's not like you guys were a signed group under that name, right? So it's like...
Right, and so now that the name is owned and they're trying to resurrect some Juice Crew thing, but it's like, are you resurrecting it and making it profitable for all? Or are you making it profitable for Juice Crew Corporation that you now own?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't see it being profitable for all. I see me having a boss. I don't have no fucking boss, especially when your net worth ain't as much as mine.
Yeah. And that's the reason you got out to begin with, right?
You know what I'm saying? How you worth that? And I'm worth this, and I work for you. You crazy nigga.
Well, with
Crazy nigga, you must have lost your fucking mind.
And speaking of the Juice Crew as well, too, one thing I was just curious about is, you seen Shan, the Roxanne Shante movie, right?
I sure did.
Yeah. Would you say it was accurate?
Nope.
No?
Nope. Shit wasn't accurate. It was Hollywood.
Word.
I ain't never seen Chris beat Shante ass. We wasn't scared of Chris. He wasn't the big dope dealer like the movie portrayed.
Okay.
So I'm not going to sit here and just, I'm not going to sit here and fucking say, yeah, it was real. No, it was fake as shit.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? The shit wasn't real. It was whatever the fuck the movie people make it to be. All right. Might be a great story, but that's what movies are. Great stories, but it's not all truth.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, if you would have got other people to consult on the story before they put that story out, they would have a total different movie.
Yeah.
But since the only person that they consulted with is the person that movie is about, y'all are going to get her side of the story and get what she wants y'all to know.
Yeah.
Is it the truth? Some of it. Is this other part of truth? Not by far. And I'm not going to, sit back because I've got a problem with that too.
Yeah.
My likeness was in that movie, and these are supposed to be my friends.
Yeah.
I held out because I knew there was a check for that movie for me, with them using my likeness.
Yeah.
Right? And by that being said, I got a phone call call and said, "Oh, why you being difficult? Why don't you just sign the paper?" Alright, because you're my friend, I'm gonna do it. You can't trust friends in this business is all I'm saying. You don't have any friends.
Word.
You don't have any friends in this business. I don't give a shit. That's the moral of the story.
Yeah.
You dig what I'm saying? You can read between the lines and make it however, you can't come to the conclusion that I'm trying to bring here, then that's cool with me. But I'm just saying, never trust your friends in business. Make sure that it's all on paper. You never do anything by a handshake. You never do anything as word of a mouth unless you can solely trust that person and that their word is what they say their word is going to be.
Yeah.
Other than that, don't even bother.
Word, man.
Even with friends, you got to do business. You can't just haphazardly go about the day thinking that people feel the same way about you as you do them.
Yeah.
And not even feel the way that you would do, but would do for you the way that you would do for them.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, and I mean, you and Shantae, you were like the first two members of the Juice Crew, right? So, like...
Right?
So, you guys go back, so
But
I mean...
things that I can say, but I'm not, because I'm not putting, this ain't what this is about, but that shit kind of hurt, you know what I'm saying? It's like, damn, now you I don't even get a phone call to even say, yo, are you okay? My answer to that would have been, hell yeah, I'm straight.
Yeah.
But just the point that you never even called and asked me to say, yo, are you good? You straight? After all the things that I done done for people? Come on. So there's a total different relationship there.
Yeah.
I'm no longer going to sit back and act like the movie was real. I'm no longer going to sit back and act like we're cool and let shit just fly by, and 20 years down the line people figure out what was wrong. Because people that do you wrong, you got to put them in the place of pedophiles, right?
Okay.
Pedophiles are going to keep doing what they do as long as that child doesn't say anything. And that thing is going to go on for years and years and years until it comes out. But then when it comes out, it's way too freaking late for you to have changed for the next person. Because if you would have said something right then, there wouldn't be 20 other people in that position.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so by me holding my tongue and not saying for the next 5 years that, the movie was bullshit, they didn't pay me, motherfuckers who did me wrong are getting away with the shit. But I'm sitting here holding all the grief. I'm not holding the grief anymore, so I'm giving it to you back. This is why I'm mad at this one, and I'm not letting it be like a secret anymore.
Yeah.
It's not a secret why I'm not doing Juice Crew shows. It's not a secret why I'm not down with Juice Crew, because I don't work for that nigga.
Yeah.
Why it's not a secret of why you can't get a good review from me about that Roxanne movie. So that's the reason. I'm not holding it for 20 years. Now let the people look at these people and see them for who the fuck they really are.
Word.
They're supposed to be your friends. Don't trust nobody, yo. You can be down with somebody for 20 years. Paperwork. And I'm pretty sure that there's a couple of people that's really mad right now. They won't show it because they don't want to see anybody else doing good. So that's why you keep seeing me put karma up on my thing. I ain't got nothing to do with it. You don't see my face on it. You don't see nothing. But you bet you believe I keep putting Daddy Yankee across my timeline.
Yeah.
For those that know. For those that know, and those that don't want to see me do good, well, check this out. You can do nothing about this right here.
Yeah.
You can jump up, you can scream, you can yell from the highest raptor. Doesn't even matter. My name is on that check already, sucker.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And this is why I keep doing that. For those ones right there. Some can't call me no more and say, yo, I'm hurting, I need something. You can't. Even if you was in the most fucked position, you can't call me anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You can't call me and say, yo, I need this, I need that, and I'm doing bad. You can't. That days is over. I'm not going to sit and fake like this is what it is. So now you see my bitterness with hip-hop, and y'all are seeing a whole lot of things come out that you didn't know.
Yeah, word up, man. And you know what I
the reasons
mean?
why I'm doing the way I do. I don't have to hide these things. I'm not looking to be on anybody's good side. I'm not looking to be that artist that the fans love that doesn't say anything out of order and doesn't make waves. I'm going to make waves. I'm going to say what I got to say, whether you agree with me or not. I'm going to be a controversial person. I'm going to say whatever. If you don't like it, too bad.
Well, you know what, too?
End of the day.
I think that's important, too, though, because, like, I think that's one thing that you don't get a lot, because everybody wants to keep everyone happy. You know what I mean? Everyone's scared to tarnish relationships. Everyone basically in the industry sucking each other's dick. But you don't have enough people out there, like, you know what I mean, who just like yourself, you're like, I don't care. I don't care about my relationships with these people. If they fuck me over, I'm not going to sit here and bite my tongue. Like, I'm going to tell you what it is. And I think that's the one thing you're really missing in the industry right now. Like, not enough people are out there just talking their truth, right? Like, I think really one of the only other people out there, and he does media. You would do a great podcast, by the way. You would have, like, if you start podcasting.
I know, but see, podcasting right now, I'm getting, in my mind, everything is getting revamped.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
My fucking TV studio, my regular studio, everything is getting revamped.
Word.
My address is revamped in my head. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
My address, I done raised enough kids in this house right here. I'm getting ready to revamp.
Word up.
I'm getting ready to put up my podcast studio with the green screen background. And in the next room going to be the music. And the next room going to be whatever.
Hey.
But I'm not doing that right now. Because I've got other things in my mind going on.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, man. Because I think what I was gonna compare you to was like kind of Joe Budden in a way, especially Joe Budden a year or so ago with his podcast. You know what I mean? Like, that's the one thing I think that a lot of listeners resonate with is you have someone in the industry who's not scared to talk about their relationships with people and be real about them.
All right, and not scared. See, that's one thing I love about Joe Budden.
Yeah.
Joe Budden, he just tell you what the fuck it is. If
Yeah.
you don't like it, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to curve my thoughts and feelings to appease you.
Yeah.
People think he's a dick. I actually love the brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
People think he's a dick. I see Joe Budden and I see me. Like, now, I'm going to tell you what the fuck I'm thinking.
Like you.
If you don't agree with it, you don't agree with it. So what?
Yeah. Like you, Lord Jamar, Dame Dash, Joe Budden, you guys are like really the only guys who have, you know, voices that, you know, you just keep it a buck. There's a few others, but there's not many.
Instagram?
Yeah.
Do you so you would know straight out that I'm not just blowing smoke up your rear end.
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? That I'm telling you everything that's real. You can go on my timeline and say, yo, he was tripping out today.
Yeah.
Oh, today he's showing his family and whatnot, but there's so many sides to me that people don't understand. That just because you see me talking crap today doesn't mean that my whole day consists of me talking shit. But if you listen to the shit that I'm talking, you may learn something from it. Because I'm dropping a jewel here. You know, I'm dropping a jewel, folks. You're not talking to somebody who hasn't been through this. I'm telling you something here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you'll find me on days where I'm just hanging out with my kids and doing whatever and just, you know,
enjoying
I'm not crazy
life
all the time because sometimes I got to take a break because people I give them too much.
Yeah. Word up, man. And you know, I won't keep you all day. I mean, definitely, I'd love to have you on the show again sometime if you're interested in it.
Well,
you know,
you got the number. You just call me and let me know when.
Dope, man, 100%. Because you know, you got so much history.
And the folks, y'all want to get a laugh? Follow me too.
Yeah.
MC Shan 1 with the number 1 on Instagram. MC Shan 1 with the number 1 on Instagram. You want to laugh? Come on over to my house.
Yeah, man, definitely. And do you do the Twitter and stuff too?
Yeah, but my Twitter is all through my Instagram and my Facebook.
Okay,
so whatever
cool,
I put on Instagram goes to my Twitter and Facebook. I don't got time to be over here.
Yeah. So the IG
brain
is
don't work like that.
the IG is the mainframe then.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Okay, dope. Yeah, so MC Shan 1 on IG. Make sure you go follow the man. And yeah, man.
Not a problem.
All right, my man, and yeah, like I said, love to have you on the program again sometime. You know, you got tons of history
Whenever you
in
feel
the
like
game.
it, you got the number, just text me.
All right, salute, brother. I appreciate it.
Hey, and I don't shy away from controversial subjects. So if you got a controversial subject and you need somebody to voice their opinion on it, and everybody else is scared too, holla at me.
All right.
You won't believe me.
Hey, I'll hold you.
All right, brother?
I'll hold you to that, my man. Thank you.
All right, thank you, brother. Take care.
You too. Have a blessed Easter weekend, man.
You too.
Cheers.
Out.
Yo, what's up? It's your man, MLNY, Maloney, Breaking Records Radio. You know what it is. I'm just here to tell you guys right now that you want to, if any of my smokers out there, basically, any of my Canadian smokers, now that it's legal, what you got to do is you got to head over to thccollection.com and check them out. And make sure you use the promo code HIPHOP. That's HIPHOP, and that's all capital letters. Save 10% on every purchase that you make. Anytime. They got everything. They got deals every single day of the week, which include like free whatever with whatever you buy. And my favorite is Tulip Tuesday. You can get $100 ounces, and that's only on Tuesdays. And you save 10% on every purchase with the promo code HIPHOP, all caps. That's HIPHOP. So make sure you go over there, check them out. That's thccollection.com for all your good medible needs, for all your good greenery, your extracts, and all that good stuff.